Hey there party people, I'm Alex the Whyzer Owl, and today we're going to talk about the Prodigy Hybrid Series drivers, the H1 and the new retooled version, the H1v2. So this year, Prodigy has been retooling its Hybrid Series drivers, and the H1 has been retooled to have a sharper edge and a lower profile to make it a little bit faster than the original H1, and it's also a little bit more glidey and a touch less stable, so it's more accessible to a slower arm that doesn't want that punishing fade. So a little side-by-side comparison here. When you throw the H1v2 flat, for the majority of its flight, it's going to stay straight before fading off pretty hard towards the last 75%. But the original H1 is far more overstable, and it'll start fighting towards the ground earlier in the flight, and it's going to fade a lot harder and skip more towards the end. When you're trying to force an anhyzer shot, the H1v2 actually will glide through that turn for a decent amount of the flight before fighting back neutral to about 335 for me. And I really try to crank over on the original H1, and it fights out earlier and it fights out sharper, and it's about 20 feet shorter than the version 2. I don't particularly like throwing overstable discs for long hyzers because I just don't have that kind of arm, so I use them for skip shots. So you can see I get about 285 out of the V2, but on the original H1, it's going to have a much sharper fade to it rather than that sort of slow loop that the V2 has. What I do like to do with these overstable discs is throw them for tomahawks, and the H1v2 will sort of flip over and glide, whereas the H1 original is just going to try to knife to the ground as quickly as possible. So if you're looking for a super beefcake driver, the H1 is a good option for you. And if you're looking for something that's going to hold up to headwind, still be overstable, but be something that you can still work for a little bit of distance, the H1v2 might be a better option for you. You can pick up some of these at infinitediscs.com.